So when I was little, my mom gave me her old chemistry book. I started reading about the structure of atoms, and I asked her what made up atoms. She answered protons, neutrons, and electrons. Then I asked her what made up a proton, and she said, God. God is inside each proton. And as a child, I thought this was extremely profound. Except that now I know a proton is made up of two up quarks and a down quark. Thank you, high school physics. At the same time, my father liked to play these fantasy games. He would claim that I was half vampire because my adult canine tooth grew and twisted, so it looked like a fang. And no matter what I said, he held tight to his claim. He did the same thing by claiming that he and my mother were really aliens from Vega, and I would try to prove him wrong by asking why we looked so much like our so-called extended family. These games absolutely infuriated me, because no matter what evidence I presented, he would come back with some elaborate excuse or explanation. And I knew he was lying and joking, and I could just never make him admit it. These days, I can sort of see what he was doing. You see, my mom always made sure us kids understood that we should emulate her and not Dad. Dad was usually asleep he'd sleep in through church, and the only times he would go would be when we promised to go out to breakfast afterwards. He never did pray at dinner, and he would usually poke fun at it, like, let's say grace. Grace, okay, let's eat. My mom was the religious teacher of the household. So with my mom trying to turn Dad against us, he had his little fun. He was playing these little mind games because he wanted to teach us kids how to think, how to refute irrational claims, and how to see the bullshit and doubt what people tell them. I never really talked with my dad about religion, so I can't be entirely sure what he is. We just sort of had this connection. It goes without saying that, of all the children, I'm the most like him. When I came home for Christmas, this last Christmas, so 2009, Dad and I sat together for service, and before it started, Mom was talking to her friend at the other row. Dad whispered to me, I haven't been to church since you went off to school. And I said, neither have I. We both chuckled, and when Mom looked over at us, Dad just waved her off. That was probably the moment I realized he would be the person I could actually turn to among my entire family.